Rising above the shadows. 12. Stoic strategies to conquer loneliness and depression. Have you ever felt a dark cloud lingering over you, refusing to lift? Perhaps it's a wave of loneliness that creeps in, even in a crowded room, or a heavy weight in your chest that turns simple tasks into daunting mountains. These feelings can strike anyone, even those who seem unbreakable. You're not alone in this struggle, and the good news is that there is a way to not only cope, but to transform these shadows into stepping stones for growth. Drawing on the timeless wisdom of Stoic philosophers like Marcus Aurelius and Seneca, we are embarking on a journey through 12 practical Stoic strategies designed to help you navigate loneliness and depression. These aren't just ancient musings, they're actionable tools to build resilience, find peace, and rewrite your story in a way that empowers you to face life's toughest moments. The Stoics believed that while we can't always control external circumstances, we can master our responses to them. Loneliness and depression often feel like uninvited guests, but the Stoics saw such emotions as opportunities to practice virtue and inner strength. Marcus Aurelius reminded us to focus on what's within our control, our thoughts, actions, and attitudes, rather than being consumed by what we cannot change. This mindset shift is the foundation of the 12 strategies we'll explore. From reframing negative thoughts to embracing purposeful action, these tools are designed to help you not just endure, but thrive, turning emotional challenges into moments of growth and self-discovery. Imagine loneliness as a signal, not a sentence, a call to reconnect with yourself and your values. Seneca's teachings encourage us to find contentment within, rather than seeking it solely from others. By practicing self-reflection, gratitude, and deliberate acts of kindness, you can begin to see solitude as a space for clarity rather than isolation. Depression, too, can be met with Stoic resilience. Instead of fighting the heaviness, you can learn to observe it without judgment, using techniques like journaling or focusing on small, meaningful actions to regain momentum. These strategies aren't about erasing pain, but about building a framework to carry it with strength. This journey is about empowerment. Each of the 12 Stoic strategies offers a practical step to transform your perspective, helping you find peace amidst the storm. Whether it's cultivating self-discipline, seeking wisdom in adversity, or anchoring yourself in the present moment. These tools are rooted in the Stoic belief that true happiness comes from within. You don't need to wait for the cloud to lift. You can start building your path forward today. So let's dive in together, ready to uncover your inner strength and rewrite your story with resilience and purpose. You've got this, and the wisdom of the Stoics is here to guide you every step of the way. The Stoic approach to tough emotions. Let us begin with a fundamental truth. Feeling lonely or weighed down by sadness isn't a mark of weakness. It is a universal part of the human experience. The Stoics, those insightful philosophers from ancient Greece and Rome like Marcus Aurelius and Seneca, understood this deeply. They weren't immune to the pangs of isolation or the heaviness of despair. What made them remarkable was their approach to these emotions. Rather than letting loneliness or depression take the reins, they developed practical strategies to confront and transform these feelings into opportunities for growth. Think of these strategies as lifelines in a storm, each one a tool to guide you from fog to clarity. Today, we're rediving into 12 of these Stoic-inspired practices, actionable steps to not only survive life's darker moments, but to thrive through them, reclaiming your inner peace and strength. The Stoics believe that while we can't always control what happens to us, we can control how we respond. Loneliness might feel like an uninvited guest, and depression can cast a shadow over even the brightest days. But the Stoics saw these as chances to practice resilience and virtue. Marcus Aurelius taught us to focus on what's within our power, our thoughts, choices, and actions, rather than being consumed by external circumstances or fleeting emotions. These 12 strategies build on that foundation, offering ways to reframe negative thoughts, cultivate self-reliance, and find meaning even in solitude. From practicing gratitude to embracing small, purposeful actions, each tool is designed to help you navigate tough times with clarity and purpose, turning challenges into stepping stones. Imagine loneliness not as a void, but as an invitation to reconnect with yourself. Seneca encouraged finding contentment within, independent of external validation. By reflecting on your values or engaging in deliberate acts of self-care, you can transform solitude into a space for growth. Depression, too, can be met with Stoic wisdom, observing your emotions without judgment, breaking tasks into manageable steps, or anchoring yourself in the present moment. These strategies don't promise to erase pain, but equip you to carry it with strength, building resilience that shines through life's storms. This journey is about empowerment, about taking control of your inner world. Each of the 12 Stoic strategies offers a practical way to shift your perspective, helping you find peace and purpose no matter the circumstances. If you're ready to turn the page on that heavy cloud, these tools are your guide. And if you're new to this exploration of wisdom, consider joining our community of seekers chasing clarity and peace. Subscribe to stay connected. Let's dive into these lifelines together, ready to transform loneliness and depression into opportunities for growth. You're not alone, and with the Stoics' wisdom, you're equipped to rewrite your story with strength and hope. Move your body. Lift your spirit. When loneliness or depression settles in, the instinct to retreat can be overwhelming. Curling up on the couch, shutting out the world, feels like a safe haven, a way to hide from the weight of your emotions. But the Stoics, with their practical wisdom, would gently urge you to resist this urge and embrace movement instead. Moving your body isn't just about physical health, it's a powerful act of defiance against despair, like striking a match in a dark room. Whether it's a brisk walk around the block, a spontaneous dance session in your living room, or a few moments of gentle stretching, every step you take sends a clear message to yourself. I'm still here, and I'm fighting back. This simple act, rooted in Stoic principles of action and resilience, can begin to shift the shadows in your mind. The beauty of movement lies in its ability to spark a dialogue between body and soul. When you move, you're not running from your problems. You're walking toward a clearer, more grounded perspective. The Stoics, like Marcus Aurelius, believed in taking deliberate action to align with virtue, and movement is a tangible way to do that. It's not about grand gestures or Herculean efforts. You don't need to run a marathon or scale a mountain to feel the benefits. Start small. A 10-minute stroll through a park, feeling the breeze on your face or putting on your favorite song and swaying to its rhythm. Each motion, no matter how modest, chips away at the chains of loneliness and depression, creating space for light to seep into the darker corners of your mind. This strategy works because it's grounded in action, a core Stoic value, physical movement, whether a walk, yoga, or even household chores, releases tension, boosts mood, and reminds you of your agency. It's a way to reclaim control when emotions feel overwhelming, proving to yourself that you can influence your state of mind. The Stoics would see this as a practice of self-discipline, a small but meaningful way to assert your strength in the face of adversity. Every step you take is a declaration of resilience, a reminder that you're capable of moving forward, even when the path feels heavy. So, what's one way you can move today? It doesn't have to be monumental. Maybe it's stepping outside to feel the ground beneath your feet, stretching for a few minutes, or dancing to a song that lifts your spirits. Each small action is a victory, a spark that lights up the shadows. The Stoics teach us that progress comes from consistent, intentional steps, and movement is a powerful first step in transforming loneliness and depression into opportunities for growth. Take that step today, however small, and let it remind you of your strength. You're not just moving your body, you're moving toward a clearer, more resilient you. Be your own best friend. When loneliness or depression settles in, it's easy to become your own harshest critic, piling on self-judgment that deepens the gloom. The Stoics, with their practical wisdom, offer a powerful antidote: self-kindness. This isn't tea about indulgence, but about treating yourself with the same compassion you'd extend to a loved one. Cleanthes, a Stoic philosopher, captured this beautifully when he overheard someone berating themselves as if they were their own enemy. He intervened with a simple, transformative idea. You're not talking to a bad person. Imagine you're climbing a steep hill, stumbling over rocks. Would you scold a friend for tripping, or would you offer a hand and say, "You've got this"? The Stoics, like Cleanthes, urge us to apply that same gentleness to ourselves, recognizing our humanity and potential for growth. Self-kindness is a lifeline when loneliness or depression makes you feel unworthy or stuck. Picture those moments when your inner voice turns cruel, whispering, "Why can't I get it together?" Or, "I'm such a failure." These thoughts fuel a cycle of negativity, isolating you further. The Stoics would challenge you to pause and shift your perspective. You're not a failure. You're a complex human, navigating life's challenges with courage, even when it feels otherwise. Try speaking to yourself as you would a close friend. Instead of harsh criticism, offer words like, "Hey, you're doing your best, and that's enough." This practice of self-friendship disrupts the spiral of self-doubt, opening a door to self-love and deeper connection with others. This Stoic strategy aligns with the principle of focusing on what's within your control, your thoughts and attitudes. When you're feeling low, it's tempting to dwell on external validation or past mistakes, but self-kindness redirects your focus inward, fostering resilience. Marcus Aurelius might remind us that our worth isn't tied to perfection, but to our efforts to live virtuously. By treating yourself with compassion, you build a foundation of inner strength that loneliness and depression can't erode. It's not about ignoring your flaws, but about seeing them as part of a larger, capable self, worthy of patience and care. So, the next time you catch yourself being overly critical, pause and ask, "What would I say to a friend in my shoes?" Maybe it's a gentle, "You're enough," or a reassuring, "You'll get through this." These words, simple as they seem, are like a warm light breaking through the fog. Practicing self-kindness doesn't erase pain, but it equips you to face it with grace, transforming loneliness into a chance for self-discovery and depression into a path toward growth. Take a moment today to speak kindly to yourself. You're not talking to a bad person, but to someone deserving of love and support. Embrace this Stoic tool and let it guide you toward a stronger, more compassionate you. See the bigger picture. It's easy to feel like your problems are the biggest thing in the world, consuming your thoughts, draining your energy, and casting a shadow over everything else. A fight with a loved one, a work mistake, or a wave of loneliness can feel monumental, as if nothing else matters. The Stoics, however, had a powerful trick for putting these struggles in context, a practice called the view from above. Marcus Aurelius, a Roman emperor who ruled a vast and complex empire, used this technique to maintain perspective. Despite the weight of his responsibilities, leading armies, governing millions, navigating political turmoil, he would imagine himself floating high above it all, gazing down on his kingdom as just a tiny speck in the grand tapestry of life. From that vantage point, even the most pressing crises shrank, becoming small threads in the vast, intricate weave of existence. This mental exercise is simple but transformative. The next time you feel overwhelmed, try this. Close your eyes and picture yourself zooming out, like an astronaut in a spaceship drifting farther and farther from Earth. See your city shrink to a dot, your country fade into a patchwork of borders, and the planet itself become a pale blue marble suspended in the infinite expanse of space. That argument with a friend, the missed deadline at work, the quiet ache of loneliness, they're real, and they matter. But from this cosmic perspective, they're just one part of a much bigger story. Your struggles, however heavy, are fleeting moments in the sweep of time, dwarfed by the scale of the universe and the countless lives that have unfolded before yours. This view doesn't dismiss your pain or trivialize your feelings. Instead, it connects you to something larger, something timeless, reminding you that you're not alone in your challenges. The Stoics believed this practice cultivates humility, clarity, and a profound sense of calm. By stepping back, you see that humans have wrestled with these same emotions, anger, fear, grief, longing, for centuries. Your worries are part of a shared human journey, a thread that ties you to countless others across time and space. This perspective cuts through the noise, helping you let go of what's trivial and focus on what truly matters, your actions, your values, and how you choose to move forward. It's a strange kind of comfort, knowing that your burdens, while significant to you, are but a whisper in the grand chorus of existence. The view from above is a tool you can carry anywhere, ready to use whenever life feels heavy. It's not about escaping your problems, but reframing them, grounding yourself in the bigger picture. So pause for a moment and reflect. What's one worry you can zoom out on today? Maybe it's a disagreement, a looming task, or a quiet fear. Lift yourself above it, see it from afar, and let that broader view bring you a measure of peace and purpose. Find joy in the now. We've all been caught in the trap of chasing the next big thing, a better job, a bigger house, more likes on social media, or a new milestone of success. It's a relentless pursuit, one that promises fulfillment, but often leaves us feeling hollow. The ancient Stoics, like the philosopher Seneca, understood this human tendency all too well. They warned that always looking ahead, fixating on what's next, can blind us to the beauty and value of the present moment. Consider the example of a famous actor who lands a hit TV show, wins prestigious awards, and earns widespread acclaim. Yet, despite the accolades, they feel empty, already chasing the next big role or project. This is the paradox of the modern age. Success, as we often define it, doesn't guarantee happiness. The Stoics saw this cycle and offered a timeless antidote, shifting our focus from endless striving to mindful appreciation. The Stoic approach isn't about abandoning ambition or giving up on dreams. Instead, it is about finding a balance, pursuing goals while cultivating a deep sense of satisfaction with where you are right now. Imagine sitting down to a meal. Rather than rushing through each bite, barely registering the flavors as you think about the next course, the Stoics would urge you to slow down and savor every taste, texture, and aroma. Life, they'd argue, works the same way. When we're constantly racing toward the future, we miss the richness of the present, the small, quiet moments that make up the fabric of our days. Contentment, in this view, isn't a passive state of complacency. It's an active practice of gratitude and presence that grounds us no matter what we're reaching for. One simple way to start this practice is to pause at the end of each day and reflect. Try naming 3 things you're grateful for. They don't have to be grand or life-changing. Maybe it's the warmth of your morning coffee, the comfort of its familiar bitterness waking you up. Perhaps it's a kind word from a coworker, a fleeting exchange that lifted your spirits. Or maybe it's simply the fact that you made it through the day with all its challenges and imperfections. This exercise isn't a cure for deeper struggles like loneliness or depression, but it lays a foundation. It trains your mind to notice the good, to anchor yourself in the present, and to carry a lighter load on your journey toward whatever comes next. This Stoic wisdom invites us to rethink our relationship with ambition and fulfillment. It's not about rejecting progress, but about enriching the path we're on. By appreciating the here and now, we build resilience and a quieter, more durable kind of joy. So, take a moment to consider. What's one thing you can appreciate about your life right now? Maybe it's the roof over your head, the laughter of a loved one, or the strength in your body. Whatever it is, let it remind you that happiness isn't just a destination. It is already woven into the life you're reliving. Share the struggle. There's something undeniably powerful about facing challenges alongside others. The Stoics, with their emphasis on resilience and self-mastery, valued solitude as a time for reflection and inner grounding. Yet they also recognized that true strength often blossoms in connection with others. Picture a group of climbers tackling a steep, rugged mountain, each step a test of endurance, each rope a lifeline of trust. Or imagine a rowing team, oars dipping in perfect sync through the still, misty waters of an early morning. These shared struggles do more than forge bonds. They remind you that you're not alone in your efforts, that others are straining, hoping, and pushing forward right beside you. In these moments, the weight of the challenge becomes a bridge, linking you to a collective purpose. When loneliness or depression creeps in, the instinct is often to retreat, to believe you must face the darkness solo. It's easy to feel isolated, as if your struggles are yours alone to bear. But the Stoics would challenge this notion, pointing out that human experience has always been intertwined. While personal discipline is vital, the Stoics saw wisdom in leaning into community, in finding strength through others, joining others in a shared challenge. Whether it's a workout class where sweat and determination mingle, a volunteer group rebuilding a neighborhood, or even a book club diving into deep, thought-provoking discussions, creates a sense of belonging. You catch a glimpse of grit in someone else's eyes, the same quiet vulnerability you carry, and suddenly, you're part of something bigger than yourself. This connection doesn't erase the hardship, but it reframes it, turning a solitary burden into a collective endeavor. The magic of struggling together lies not in easy victories, but in the raw, messy process of showing up. It's the shaky encouragement of a teammate pushing through the same exhaustion, the shared laughter over a stumbled line in a community theater rehearsal, or the quiet nod of understanding from someone who's been where you are. These moments bind us, reminding us that struggle is universal, a thread woven through every human story. The Stoics would argue this isn't about escaping pain, but about enriching the journey, finding meaning in the effort together. It's a call to action, a nudge to step beyond the walls of isolation and seek out others who are walking a parallel path. So, where can you find a group to share your journey with? It might be a local running club, pounding the pavement side by side, or a cooking class where mistakes turn into shared stories. Perhaps it's a volunteer project, planting trees or serving meals, where every small act builds something greater. Maybe it's time to take that first step. Sign up, show up, and let yourself be seen. The Stoics knew that while we can stand alone, we grow stronger together. Look around. Your team, your crew, your community is out there, ready to face the climb with you. Ask for a hand. The Stoics, like the wise Roman Emperor Marcus Aurelius, embraced a profound truth. Asking for help is a mark of courage, not a sign of weakness. Imagine a soldier, battle-worn and weary, storming a fortress amidst chaos and danger. Wounded but determined, would they feel shame in calling out to a comrade for aid? Of course not. To the Stoics, life is a campaign, a mission to live virtuously and resiliently. Marcus Aurelius put it beautifully in his Reflections. You have a purpose, a duty to yourself and others, and if you need support to press forward, there's no dishonor in reaching out. Asking for help isn't a surrender. It's a strategic act of strength, a recognition that no one conquers alone. The Stoics valued self-reliance, but they also understood the power of interdependence, seeing humanity as a connected whole, each part supporting the others. When you're feeling low, overwhelmed by doubt, sadness, or exhaustion, reaching out can feel like the hardest thing in the world. Your mind might whisper that you should handle it alone, that admitting struggle is a flaw. The Stoics would firmly disagree, calling this one of the bravest acts you can undertake. Whether it's opening up to a trusted friend, joining a support group, or seeking a therapist's guidance, asking for help builds a shield wall around you, a network of support to bolster your resolve. It's not about being less than capable, it's about recognizing your own worth, declaring that you're a cause worth fighting for. The act of reaching out aligns with Stoic principles. It's a rational choice, a step toward wisdom and resilience, acknowledging that we thrive best when we lean on each other. Think of recovery circles where people gather to share their struggles, addiction, grief, or personal battles, laying bare their vulnerabilities. In those rooms, you see Stoic wisdom in action, individuals finding strength in solidarity, each story a brick in a shared fortress of courage. One person's honesty inspires another, creating a ripple of hope and healing. The Stoics believed in living according to nature, and what's more natural than humans helping humans, lifting each other up in times of need. This isn't dependency, it's a partnership, a recognition that life's challenges are better faced with allies by your side. Marcus Aurelius himself relied on mentors, friends, and his own writings to navigate the trials of ruling an empire, proof that even the greatest minds sought support. So consider this. Who can you reach out to today, even just for a small chat? It might be a friend who listens without judgment, a family member who offers a kind word, or a professional who can guide you through the storm. The Stoics would applaud this move, seeing it as a bold step toward fulfilling your mission. Asking for help isn't a retreat, it's a charge forward, a testament to your determination to keep going. Take that step, however small, and let courage lead the way. Stay true to your path. In a world that's always buzzing, social media notifications pinging, news cycles spinning, and everyone else's highlight reels flashing across your screen, it's incredibly easy to lose sight of your own journey. The Roman Stoic philosopher Seneca had a concept for maintaining this focus, often tied to the idea of eumia, a Greek term evoking a sense of goodwill, purpose, and staying true to your course. For the Stoics, this meant keeping your eyes on your own path, resisting the pull of distractions and the lives of others. Comparing yourself to someone else's success, their new job, their picture-perfect vacation, their seemingly flawless life, or even their failures, can be a trap. That habit of comparison is a recipe for loneliness, self-doubt, and a gnawing sense of inadequacy, pulling you away from what truly matters, your own growth and direction. Picture your life as a trail winding through a vast, dense forest. You've got your map in hand, your goals, your dreams, the values that guide you. It's yours, uniquely drawn for the terrain you're meant to travel. But the forest is full of distractions, shiny paths others are taking, marked with dazzling signs of wealth, fame, or achievement. It's tempting to wander off, to chase someone else's route because it looks more exciting, more glamorous, or more validated by likes and applause. The Stoics would urge you to pause and refocus. Stay on your trail. Your journey, with its twists, mud, and quiet clearings, is yours alone, and that individuality is what makes it beautiful. No one else's path can lead you to your destination, and veering off only leaves you lost in the underbrush of envy or doubt. Here's a practical step the Stoics might champion. Take a moment to write down one goal that truly matters to you. It could be learning a new skill, nurturing a relationship, or simply being kinder to yourself. For one day, focus on that goal, tuning out the noise of comparison. Ignore the social media scroll, the coworker's promotion, the neighbor's new car. This deliberate focus isn't about ignoring others' successes. It's about anchoring yourself in your own purpose. That sense of purpose becomes a shield, guarding you against the disorientation of feeling lost or left behind. The Stoics believed that clarity of intent, sticking to your own values and aims, builds resilience, giving you a steady footing no matter the chaos around you. Your trail is waiting, and every step counts. So, reflect. What's one step you can take on your path today? Maybe it's signing up for that course you've been eyeing, calling a loved one to reconnect, or carving out time to rest and reflect. The Stoics would remind you that progress isn't measured by someone else's milestones, but by your own steady movement forward. Stay the course, embrace your unique journey, and let that focus light the way through the forest of life. Nothing lasts forever. Here's a perspective that can shift everything. Nothing is permanent. The Stoic Emperor Marcus Aurelius gazed upon the vast expanse of his Roman Empire, reflected on the towering legacy of figures like Julius Caesar, and saw it all as fleeting. Fame, glory, wealth, power, even our most triumphant moments, eventually fade into the mists of time. Empires crumble, monuments erode, and the applause of the crowd quiets to a whisper. But for the Stoics, this impermanence isn't a cause for despair. It's a liberating call to focus on what truly matters. Recognizing that all things pass frees you from the weight of clinging to the ephemeral, redirecting your energy toward a life of purpose and presence. When loneliness or depression descends, it can feel like a permanent storm, heavy and unending. Yet the Stoics offer a lifeline. These feelings, too, are transient. They're like clouds drifting across the sky, real, sometimes dark and turbulent, but destined to move on. This truth doesn't diminish the pain, but it offers hope. No matter how overwhelming, these emotions won't last forever. The Stoics would urge you to anchor yourself in what's real and within your grasp. Your actions, your kindness, your integrity. These are the cornerstones of a meaningful life, unshaken by the winds of chance or the tides of public opinion. Instead of chasing applause, wealth, or things beyond your control, turn your gaze inward and ask, what good can I do right now? This focus on the present is where Stoic wisdom shines. You can't control how long fame lasts or whether others approve of you, but you can control the small, deliberate acts that define your character. Maybe it's a quiet act of kindness, helping a neighbor with a task, offering a listening ear to a friend, or even smiling at a stranger. Perhaps it's a moment of honesty with yourself, acknowledging a struggle and committing to one step forward. These actions, humble as they may seem, carry a lasting weight. They ripple outward, touching others, and they ground you in values that endure long after fleeting feelings or external rewards have faded. Impermanence, the Stoics teach, is both a challenge and a gift. It strips away the illusion that happiness lies in what is temporary and points you toward what you can shape. Your choices, your virtues, your impact. So pause and reflect. What's one small, meaningful thing you can do today to ground yourself? It might be writing a note of gratitude, taking a quiet walk to clear your mind, or simply treating yourself with the same patience you'd offer a friend. These acts, rooted in your control, build a foundation of resilience and purpose. In a world where all things pass, the Stoics remind us that the good we do, however small, plants seeds of meaning that echo beyond the clouds. Dance with adversity. Life's tough moments, setbacks, heartaches, failures, aren't roadblocks in the Stoic view, they're invitations. The philosopher Seneca, a cornerstone of Stoic thought, believed that adversity is the crucible where we discover our true strength. Smooth seas don't make great sailors. It's the storms, the raging winds, the towering waves that forge skill, grit, and resilience. When things go wrong, the instinct is often to retreat, to hide from the pain, or to wish for an easier, gentler path. But the Stoics saw challenges differently, as opportunities to grow, to test your character, and to refine who you are. Instead of cursing the storm, they'd urge you to adjust your sails, learning from the turbulence to navigate better next time. Reflect on a time you faced something hard, a job rejection that stung, a personal loss that left you reeling, a carefully laid plan that crumbled to dust. It hurt, no doubt, and the weight of it may have felt overwhelming. But looking back, didn't it also teach you something valuable? Perhaps that rejection pushed you to hone your skills or find a better fit. Maybe that loss revealed the depth of your resilience, showing you how you could endure even the darkest days. Or perhaps the failure of a plan clarified what truly matters: family, integrity, or simply showing up for yourself. These moments, painful as they are, act as mirrors, reflecting back your capacity to adapt, to persevere, and to emerge stronger. The Stoics didn't advocate loving pain. They championed embracing adversity as a teacher, a guide that shapes you into a wiser, more capable version of yourself. The key is a shift in perspective. The next time life throws you a curveball, a missed opportunity, a conflict, an unexpected setback, pause before you react. Take a breath and ask, what can I learn here? How can this challenge make me stronger, more patient, or more clear-eyed about my priorities? This simple act of reframing transforms struggles into stepping stones, turning what feels like a dead end into a path forward. It's not about denying the difficulty or pretending it doesn't hurt. It's about seeing the potential for growth hidden within the chaos. Adversity, in the Stoic view, isn't an enemy to defeat, but a partner in your journey, pushing you to stretch beyond your limits and uncover strengths you didn't know you had. Seneca and his fellow Stoics believed that life's storms are inevitable, but your response is yours to shape. So consider this. What's one challenge you can embrace as a lesson today? Maybe it's a strained relationship that teaches you patience, a work setback that builds your resolve, or a personal doubt that nudges you toward self-compassion. Whatever it is, approach it with curiosity and courage. Let adversity be your teacher, guiding you toward a stronger, wiser you, ready to sail through any storm. Feel, don't fight your emotions. When loneliness or depression crashes in, the urge is often to push those feelings away, to lock them in a box and pretend they don't exist. It's a natural instinct, shoving aside the pain, forcing a smile, and hoping it fades. But the Stoic philosopher Seneca, in his profound essays of consolation, offered a wiser approach. Don't suppress your emotions. Seek to understand them. Feeling sad, lonely, or heavy-hearted isn't a flaw or a failure. It's a fundamental part of the human experience. We all ride these waves, from the quiet ache of isolation to the deeper currents of sorrow. For Seneca, the path to wisdom wasn't in denying these feelings, but in facing them with clarity and courage, recognizing them as natural threads in the tapestry of life. Imagine your emotions as a stormy sea, vast and untamed. You can't stop the waves from rolling in: grief, frustration, loneliness. They come unbidden, stirred by life's winds, but you can learn to navigate them, steering through the turbulence with skill and patience. Instead of fighting how you feel, clenching your fists against the tide, try sitting with it. Pause and ask, why am I sad? What's this loneliness telling me? Perhaps it is a signal you were craving connection, a call to reach out to a friend or spend time with loved ones. Maybe it's a nudge toward change, a hint that your routine, your work, or your inner focus needs adjustment. These emotions aren't enemies, they're messengers, carrying insights if you're willing to listen. Acknowledging your emotions doesn't make you weak. It's a mark of wisdom. It's like sitting with a friend who's hurting, listening with care instead of telling them to toughen up and move on. The Stoics believed in living in harmony with nature, and our feelings, however stormy, are part of that nature. By turning toward them, you cultivate self-awareness, a cornerstone of Stoic growth. You begin to see patterns. Maybe loneliness strikes when you're too long without meaningful talk, or sadness swells when you're stretched too thin. This understanding empowers you, giving you the helm to steer through the storm rather than being tossed by it. It's not about wallowing, it's about exploring with purpose, learning what your heart and mind are trying to teach you. The next time that weight settles in, be it a quiet pang of isolation or a heavier cloud of despair, take a moment to listen. Approach it with the same gentleness and curiosity you'd offer someone you care for. What's stirring beneath the surface? What's one emotion you can explore with curiosity today? Perhaps it's the ache of missing someone, prompting a call or a kind note. Maybe it's a flicker of frustration, guiding you to rest or rethink a goal. Seneca would say this practice, facing, not fleeing your feelings, builds resilience and clarity. Embrace your stormy sea, learn its currents, and let it guide you toward a stronger, wiser shore. Find stillness in the chaos. In a world that never stops, phones pinging with endless notifications, schedules packed with tasks, thoughts racing from one worry to the next, finding stillness feels like stumbling upon a hidden oasis. The Stoic emperor Marcus Aurelius, amidst the chaos of ruling an empire, envisioned himself as a rock in the ocean, unmoved and steady even as waves of worry, duty, or loneliness crashed around him. This vision reflects a core Stoic strategy: seek stillness. For the Stoics, this wasn't a retreat from life's demands, but a deliberate practice to ground yourself, a way to stand firm against the tides of chaos and find clarity in the storm. Stillness isn't just about silence or the absence of sound. It's about discovering your center, that inner core of calm where you reconnect with yourself. It's in these quiet moments that creativity sparks, as your mind, free from distraction, wanders to new ideas and solutions. It's where connections deepen, as you become fully present for a conversation or a shared silence with someone you care about. Most importantly, it's where peace takes root, offering a refuge from the turbulence of daily life. In the face of loneliness or depression, this stillness becomes a lifeline, a space to breathe and regain your footing. The Stoics saw this practice as essential, a way to cultivate resilience and face challenges with grace and intention. Here's a simple way to begin. Carve out just 5 minutes today to simply be. Find a quiet corner and sit with your coffee, feeling its warmth in your hands, savoring its aroma and breathing slowly as you let your thoughts settle. Or step outside, feel the air on your skin, and notice the rustle of leaves or the distant hum of life. Let the world's noise, the buzz of devices, the pressure of deadlines, fade into the background. Instead, listen to what's inside, your breath, your heartbeat, perhaps a quiet insight waiting to surface. This moment of calm becomes your anchor, a steady point to return to when emotions like loneliness or despair threaten to pull you under. It's not about escaping life, but about equipping yourself to meet it with strength. The beauty of stillness lies in its accessibility. You can find it anywhere, anytime if you're intentional. Marcus Aurelius carried this practice through battlefields and palace halls, proving that calm is a choice, not a luxury. So, consider this. Where can you find a pocket of stillness in your day? Perhaps it's an early morning pause before the rush begins, a quiet walk during a lunch break, or a few minutes at night sitting still as the world winds down. This small act of seeking stillness builds a foundation of peace, a Stoic tool to steady your mind and heart. Embrace it, and let that quiet center guide you through life's waves with clarity and grace. Love your fate. Here's the final Stoic strategy, and it's a profound one. Accept things as they are. The Stoics encapsulated this idea in the phrase amor fati, a Latin term meaning love of fate. This isn't about giving up on your dreams or settling for less than you deserve. It's about wholeheartedly embracing life, as twists and turns as essential chapters in your unique story. Marcus Aurelius, the Stoic emperor, believed that every moment, whether joyous or painful, triumphant or trying, plays a vital role in shaping who you're meant to become. Rather than resisting life's ups and downs, amor fati invites you to welcome them, seeing each experience as a brushstroke in the masterpiece of your existence. Imagine life as a river, flowing with its own rhythm and direction. You can fight the current, thrashing against it with frustration, exhausting yourself as you try to force a different course. Or you can choose to float, trusting where the river takes you, adapting to its bends and rapids. Accepting reality doesn't mean you stop striving for better. It means you stop wrestling with what lies beyond your control. That argument you can't win, the plan that unraveled despite your best efforts, the loss that stings, let them be. Instead of labeling them as failures, reframe them as lessons, signposts guiding you toward wisdom and resilience. The Stoics saw this acceptance not as surrender but as a powerful stance, aligning yourself with the natural flow of life. A simple practice can bring this principle to life. The next time something doesn't go your way, a missed opportunity, a harsh word, a goal that slips away, pause and say to yourself, "This is part of my journey." It's a small shift, a quiet mantra, but it carries transformative power. By embracing what is, you release the energy spent on anger or regret, unlocking a deep sense of peace. This doesn't erase the pain or dismiss your ambitions. It frees you to focus on what you can shape, your response, your next step, your attitude. Amor fati is a call to love your fate, to see every challenge, every joy, as a necessary piece of the puzzle, crafting you into a stronger, wiser version of yourself. The beauty of this Stoic strategy lies in its quiet strength. It asks you to meet life head-on, not with defiance but with openness, finding meaning in the messiness. So, reflect for a moment. What's one thing you can accept as it is today? Perhaps it's a delay that frustrates you, a relationship that's imperfect, or a personal flaw you fought against. Instead of resisting, try embracing it as part of your river's flow. Say yes to this moment, trust its place in your story, and let amor fati guide you toward peace and purpose, your blueprint for resilience. So there you have it, 12 powerful Stoic strategies to rise above loneliness and depression, drawing from the timeless wisdom of thinkers like Seneca and Marcus Aurelius. First, move your body to spark your spirit. A brisk walk or stretch can lift your mood and energy. Second, be your own best friend, breaking the cycle of self-criticism with kindness and understanding. Third, find joy in the present moment, savoring the little things, a warm drink, a sunset that ground you. Fourth, zoom out to see the bigger picture, putting worries in perspective like a view from above. Fifth, share struggles with others, building connection through a group effort, whether it's a team, club, or circle of friends. Sixth, ask for help to show your strength, reaching out with courage to a friend or therapist. Seventh, stay true to your path, ignoring the trap of comparison to focus on your unique journey. Eighth, remember nothing lasts forever, so anchor yourself in what matters, your actions, your values. Ninth, embrace adversity as a teacher, letting challenges like setbacks or loss shape your resilience. 10th, feel your emotions. Don't fight them, exploring sadness or loneliness with curiosity to learn their lessons. 11th, seek stillness to find your center, carving out calm to recharge and reflect. And finally, love your fate, amor fati, trusting that every moment, good or bad, has purpose in your story. These aren't just abstract ideas. They're a practical blueprint for building a stronger, happier you. Each strategy, rooted in Stoic wisdom, offers a tool to navigate life's storms, from the quiet ache of loneliness to the heavier weight of depression. I want to thank you for joining me on this journey through these principles. You're here because you're ready to face your challenges with courage, and that alone is something to be proud of. These ideas can light a spark, a starting point to shift your perspective and take action. If any of these strategies resonated with you, drop a comment below. Maybe just say, "I'm ready to thrive." Your words might inspire someone else. Hit that like button, subscribe, and let's keep this Stoic wisdom alive together, building a community of growth and resilience. Here's your challenge. Pick one strategy to try today. Maybe it's a simple walk to get your body moving, a kind word to yourself to quiet self-doubt, or a moment of stillness to breathe and center your mind. The Stoics built their strength one deliberate choice at a time, and you can too. Each small step, whether it's embracing a lesson from a setback or accepting a tough moment as part of your path, moves you closer to peace and purpose. You've got this, and I'm cheering for you. Keep chasing your peace, stay committed to your journey, and I'll see you in the next video with more wisdom to share.